If I said you can get great sound quality and a foldable headphone design, all for less than the price of a decent night out, would you believe me? Tozo very kindly sent me their latest model, and seeing as I usually unbox and review higher end models like the Sonys, I thought, why not give these a go? If I can get decent enough audio quality for a fraction of the price, what's to lose? I also watched Flossie Carter's review, and judging by all of the comments and Flossie Carter's opinion of the Tozo HT3s, I thought, I need to try these. Welcome to BeezWorld. Let's start with what's inside the box. You get the Tozo headphones wrapped in foam, a USB-C cable with a 3.5mm jack. The first thing I noticed was the build quality. They feel decent enough, not premium, but acceptable considering their price. They have a smooth, matte finish that doesn't scream for attention, with their brand logo, Tozo, across each ear cup. The HT3s come in many colours, black, pink, and blue, with more options on Amazon. Sadly though, there's no case here. The headband has a good amount of cushioning, and the ear cups swivel and much like the XM6s, which is awesome for just tossing them into your backpack when you need to commute. Straight off the bat, I'm really impressed that they don't feel like a cheap bit of plastic. There's a surprising sturdiness for what you're paying here. I slid the arms out, put them on, and my first thought was, wow. These are comfortable. The ear cups are plush and deep enough that my ears weren't squished against the drivers inside. The clamping force felt just right, snug enough to stay put, but not like my head was in a vice. This is a big deal for me. I paired them with my phone through the Tozo app, which was totally seamless, and straight away a firmware update was ready to install. After I updated the cans, I played my first track and was blown away. Always bear in mind that what you're hearing has been recorded with a microphone and will sound much, much better to your own ears. The bass is punchy and deep, but doesn't turn into a muddy mess, which surprised me. This is where the Tozo HT3s excel. These are not only super loud, I can actually feel my ears sort of vibrating a bit. I am a Sony lover. The XM6s, I had the XM4s a few years ago. I've now got the XM6. Love them. These are premium. These are budget, but they still sound really, really good. What's great is with the Tozo app itself, you can customize the sound settings to your heart's content. Whether you want more bass, less bass, more treble, you want it to sound crisper, or you just fancy a standard preset, it's all there inside the app. When it comes to controlling your music, on the right ear cup, you've got power button, which also plays and pauses tracks, as well as answers calls, and even activates the built-in voice assistant. You also have volume up, volume down. The volume buttons act as fast forward and previous controls for your music. There's also 3.5mm headphone jack if the battery dies, plus USB Type-C charging and a button that is hard to miss. This turns noise cancelling on or off, but also changes the noise cancelling modes. The buttons themselves have decent feedback. They don't feel cheap. Okay, so we don't get a case or any of the bells or whistles like ear detection, gestures to interact with the tracks like skip, play, but then again, these are under £60. Or on Amazon right now, they're £30. 30 quid, and they sound this good. Look at the padding you get for this price. It's so good. Another bonus is these headphones are super light. Plus they're foldable. If I had anything that I would like changed, this bright orange button, it doesn't need to be so obvious, considering most of the time we're actually pressing it ourselves. Okay, so they sound really, really good. But what about the microphones? I'm actually reviewing the Tozo HT3 headphones. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I haven't.
Well, I think you should try and get yourself a pair and spread the word if you can. I love that you, being the official Craig David, knows that I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I watch it all the time.
You're legendary.
If there's something I need to buy, I always write, see if you've got a review of it first.
Nice one.
All right then, it's good talking to you, Bruce.
Cheers, Craig David. Bye. As you can probably tell, perfectly fine for most calls. It's decent, but not magic. My voice is understandable, but some of that background noise definitely sneaks in. The microphones are good at isolating your voice in a typical office or home setting, but they're not going to perform miracles if you're trying to close a deal on a windy street corner. I also tested the multi-point pairing, connecting the headphones to my PC and my phone at the same time. It worked surprisingly well for me. I was listening to music on my PC, a call came through on my phone, and the audio just switched over. When the call ended, the music kicked back in on my PC. That's a feature you usually pay a lot more for, and it makes a huge difference for workflow. Oh, I've not even mentioned yet, the battery life is an absolute monster. I think what's really exciting here is this is the HT3 model. What's the HT4, the HT5 going to be like? So far, there's a load of pros. However, one massive con, there is no IP rating. So I don't know what it's going to be like when it comes to sweat or rain. I guess time will tell. I think we should address the elephant in the room, Tozo. Personally, I have never heard of this brand. However, I genuinely am very impressed with the sound quality. For this price point, it's a steal. And I urge anyone who is dubious to not just rely on my review, watch other people's reviews, put them on and listen for yourself. I've reviewed quite a few audio products, from premium to budget, but the Tozos have made the biggest impact on me so far. Maybe that's because I personally prefer overhead headphones as opposed to in-ear buds. In my opinion, they just feel way more comfortable. While we're on the subject, if you happen to like earbuds, why not check out my review of the Soundpeats Air 5 Pro, which are also really good if you're on a budget. When it comes to headphones, what is the most important feature for you? Battery, sound, or noise cancellation? Let me know in the comments below. I'm excited for the future of budget headphones. If they can be this good now, what are they going to be like in 5, 10 years from now? Budget-friendly options have never ever been as important as they are right now. With the cost of living just becoming astronomical, thank goodness there are budget-friendly companies that are providing good quality. So who are these headphones for? For anyone who wants to enjoy their music with impressive clarity and own headphones that A, you don't always have to charge, and B, if you lose them, they're quite affordable to replace. If you're a commuter, a student, these are an absolute game changer. If you've liked this review, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel. It's totally free. Psst, go get yourself a pair of these and try them for yourself. The link's in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.